Welcome. Thank you for joining. Today's date is June 21st, 2023. It is our summer solstice. We have Kira Christofferson here doing a presentation at our Mindfulness, Fitness, Wellbeing Focus Group meeting. Thank you for joining, Kira. I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Amber, and hello to everyone who's viewing this. I was excited and honored to be asked to present at this meetup. I'm really excited about the vision of evolving in education, that we can collectively and as individuals think about a new vision for what we would like to see as education for ourselves and our children. So with that in mind, I am bringing hopefully some inspiration tonight. I have a wide background with mindfulness, well-being. Just a little bit about me. I'll actually share my screen too, so you can see, because
let me make you.
That would be awesome, because I have pictures, and I think pictures are definitely worth.
Yes, indubitably. Yeah.
Okay, I think, let's see. Okay, I think that should work. Great. Yay. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm just going to present. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right. Can you see that, Amber?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. You can also see my cat. This is Monkey. She, when I was a distance learning kindergarten teacher, she was the children's favorite part of the day, because she would always come and be like my animated pet.
It was very snuggly.
Yes, yeah. So just a little bit about this mindfulness, fitness, well-being, right? That's a huge kind of umbrella term, but I'm going to break it down to just really 3 specific things tonight, takeaways, and hopefully at least one of those will resonate with you and be something that you can bring into your own life as well. So I like to start with this quote that I have framed on my desk, right? That I see my life as an unfolding set of opportunities to awaken, by Ram Dass, a really wonderful teacher who has passed away. If you don't know Ram Dass, I encourage reading some of his material. But really, I think we are here to experience life in as humanity, right? Like, we're here to go through all the ups and downs. And I know that we're not on this earth to experience just pure bliss, maybe, but it's challenging at times. And so what I'm talking about tonight is moving towards a thrive style life, right? How can we really focus on what brings more joy, peace, love in the world? Those are 3 of my values that I consistently try and bring up, but I encourage you to look for and really be with 3 of your own values too. I'm going to bring up 3 a lot tonight. This year, I told my students 3 is the magic number. So I encourage you to take 3 things away, if not just 1. So these are the 3 things I'm going to share. Integral vision, right? And a specific theory or map that you can, I'm just going to do a brief overview, but this is like, if you take the umbrella of mindfulness, well-being, and fitness, right? All of these, this map will include and encompass just how to reach that next level, that up-leveling, that thrive style life. The second inspiration I'm going to share is about the source code meditation. So that's a practice I actually have 3 books here. Here's Integral Vision, right? By Ken Wilber. Source Code Meditation by Dr. Cotton. And currently, I'm in a mystery school entitled Praxis Aletheia. So I'll go more in depth about the meaning of that and that specific meditation practice to lead to a Thrive style life. And then third, talking about wild wisdom, right? So I'm just using this book as an example, but really bringing mindfulness into nature, bringing that practice into our daily lives. So these are the 3 takeaways that when I was thinking about, okay, mindfulness and well-being, what can I bring? So these are the 3 things I wanted to share. I've also included the email and a direct link to the new human university, which is Praxis Aletheia. And I'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, so I'm talking about me, right? But what I hope to inspire tonight is really, what is your why? Really take a moment to reflect on, why are you listening to this? Why are you here? What do you hope to do with this information? And then how can we be of service to each other, right? If we're seeking awareness or greater awareness and awakening, what are we going to do with that, right? How do we make the world better? How do we make it a brighter place? So this is an image from my class. I'm a Montessori teacher, and it's one of those things where we learn from each other. We collaborate and co-create the community that we wish to see. So please reach out to me if you have any questions or comments too, and you're seeing this video and you want to share your why, because sharing it, in fact, is taking that next step, jumping into not only having it in your mind, but moving it through the multiple dimensions, which we'll talk about, and also expanding it in the world. So at this point, I don't know if you would like to, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, Amber, but do you happen to have like a why of why you're here tonight, why you invited the Evolving in Education group to come together?
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Kira. I do have a why, and that is just to do my part to leave the world a better place than I found it, for my children and for all children, for future generations and current generations. I just see a need to make improvements in the way we do things, and that's just what I'm trying to do. So that, I guess, ultimately that's my why.
Thank you.
You.
The more and more people that share that vision and that why, monkey, I think we actually have a better chance of actually co-creating a new vision, right? Not just leaving the education that we have or our world to just be the mundane or the what is already existed, right? I'm a big proponent of that. We are evolving beings, and our world desperately needs us to evolve for many reasons, but that I won't go into, except this story. I will go into my why is my family, right? Here's a picture of my husband and my 2-year-old daughter, Edda. And my why was a stand for peace in the world. My father, who was born in Germany in 1940, grew up witnessing World War II, right? So he had post-traumatic stress, lots of trauma. And I was raised with him being a huge advocate for peace on earth. And he really led that way. And so I kind of took his charge when he passed away 3 years ago. And I just am a firm stand that by supporting and helping families, especially in education, that we can thrive collectively together. So anyone who is watching this, I just ask you tonight to just reflect upon the stories of your why and what you envision moving forward. Okay.
Beautiful. Kira, I can't see your share. I see loading. I see the top where you have your browser, but I don't see the.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for saying that.
Mhm.
I'll try again.
Sorry, I was late in telling you.
No,
thought it
that's okay. All right, let's see. Are you able to see that?
Yes, it says pinch out for a bigger view.
Okay. How's that?
I see a white screen right now.
All right, let's see. Oh, shoot. Well, there are lovely pictures. Were you able to see any of the pictures before?
No, I wasn't. Have I got it sharing properly?
Let's see. I can also, you know what I can do? I can share my desktop.
Oh, there, I see that. Yes.
Okay, I'll just share my desktop.
Wonderful.
All right. So I'll kind of just backtrack quick.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Okay.
No worries. All good. So again, reflect upon your why. A great day to do it. Happy summer solstice, right? When we bring in the sun. I brought this picture from my classroom, particularly because let's tune in, tap into nature's cycles, right? So this is a great time to reflect upon your why, your victories in life, and let's dream together about moving forward. So this was the image of my family. It's kind of goofy. I like that we humor is definitely part of our household. So it's one of the things that resonates in all dimensions, right? If you find, I'm going to move now into the integral map. So, oops. This is really, I'm just going to give a quick overview, right? This is a immense theory, and it provides a map of basically the universe, right? Like our understanding of the universe. So these 4 profound dimensions encompass all of the perspectives that hold our universe or what we experience, right? So you can't diminish a human to less than these 4 dimensions. So it clarifies why we have this interrelatedness or interdependence, right? Because the I, the subjective, and the it, the objective, right, are also connected with the we and the it's. So we're looking, just for an example, right? If you're a teacher working in a school, an institution, that's the inner objective, right? The systems that you're in. And your well-being is innately tied to how that system is operating. Well, if you're stressed out going to work every day, right, your body is going to have implications of stress, right? You might hear my daughter going to bed, but
I hear you.
okay. But then also the we, right, the interactions, the relationships we have are highly dependent on what emotions we're having, the perceptions, right? So if you're really going to do the awareness awakening work, right? If you're like, I want to take on mindfulness this year, a really great foundational place to start is to look at the integral map, because you can start to uncover, it's like a thread. Like if you're like, oh, my lower back is really hurting, right? Like if you start to pull that thread, you can start to see that lower back pain might be related to a relationship trauma that you're having and you've just like not dealt with. So this is a map and a big theory that I highly encourage to you can even dip your toe into, right? But just even knowing that these dimensions are related, it can give you access to being more aware of your actions, interactions, and beliefs. So that leads me to the source code meditation, right? So this is a huge process of knowing yourself deeply. I just had something pop up. You can still see it, right, Amber?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
great. So I have been doing this work in different iterations for a decade. I was originally trained, or I was a higher brain living client, which is a transformation program. And then I went on to become a higher brain living facilitator. I did that training. And now this work is really come into a new form of the source code meditation, which is really hacking evolution through higher brain activation. So the whole process of this is to dump stress. Sorry.
It's fine. I can hear you.
Hey,
It's
okay,
fine.
great.
Yes.
Is to dump stress to then and bring bring energy into the prefrontal cortex. So if we actually in the last meeting talked about this a little bit, with the prefrontal cortex being the area of the brain that enables higher order thinking, intuition, like transrationalism, is really, if we're evolving as a species, which again, oh, someone's waiting in the waiting room, just going to admit them.
Okay, cool.
Great. I'll just welcome them in.
Cool.
Hello, hello.
Oh, Anna's here. Thank you for joining, Anna. She might not be able to hear us. Thank you for joining, Anna. You, thank you for coming. Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, we're recording this, so you'll be able to view it again if you like. But Kira, if you'd like to continue.
Yeah, and super excited to welcome you in. And I was just getting into the second of 3 things that have been inspiring me with my ongoing practice of well-being, really searching for a Thrive style life. So that term, Thrive style life, is actually was designated by Dr. Michael Cotton, who is the founder of this work, but it's a specific brain first meditation. So really, if you think about it, mindfulness is seeking to change the brain or change your mind without changing the brain, right? Because it's working just in the mind dimension. However, if we really want to have evolution, the brain is a physical organ, right? It's something that actually has, it can be measurable, right? And we know through EEG scans and research that has been done and is being done that we can actually achieve greater states of awakening and theta, beta, gamma waves, not just by meditating in a cave for years, right? Like even the presenter, the doctor who spoke last time, was saying that if you practice meditation ongoing, you will develop access to this prefrontal cortex. But this protocol is actually a way to transcend those, the limitations that mindfulness has in itself. Because when you're trying to change your mind, just using your mind, you're going to slip back into the reptilian brain. So our brain has evolved, right? And so our brain really has this coin term that sameness equals safety. So whatever you're doing in your life, your brain is trying to keep you alive, right? It's an evolutionary like biohack, right? That's what we need to do to stay alive. And in this day and age, stress is everywhere. It's not like a saber-toothed tiger, but it's your boss or a deadline or like your kids screaming or, there's stress all the time. But we can actually hack that, like the energy that's latent in the body, and move it up to the prefrontal cortex. So you're awakening a new sense of being. It's very profound. I know I'm likely not doing this justice here in just a short snippet, but what really, I'm sharing my inspiration for it, because when I was a client and then became trained in this work, what I noticed was it wasn't always in my metacognition, right? I didn't always know how I was doing it, but I was dumping stress, and things in my entire life began to shift, right? Like my housing, new opportunities for my housing opened up, and my job opened up, and relationships opened up, and things just became in the flow because I let go of the sense of control or the need to have things the same. And so I'm sharing this as an inspiration for this call to say that we can transcend mundane existence, but also that we can transcend the state of being that we are in currently as humans. A lot of this work is a deep dive into consciousness and where we are as humanity right now. Like it goes into the epoch theories, so different states of consciousness that have been present through human history. And it's so hopeful to me that we can work collectively towards a new level of consciousness where we see intuitive thinking, we see Thrive style living, we see new systems being built. And in order to do this, it's both individual and collective work. So this book is one access to that. It is like a seminal or a foundational work just to lay the theory. However, I want to also say, and Dr. Cotton says this as well, right? He wrote it in the book, that I stand on the shoulder of giants. This is amazing to me. I hope if this is the one thing that you take away, this is astounding, that we right here, right now, are the present being of 13.8 billion years of evolution, right? Like, just imagine that, right? Like us talking across the world or across the continent, like a continent on a screen, and having a human connection, right? And sharing these stories. The universe is made out of stories, right? So another aspect of a Thrive style life is, what are the stories that you're telling? What are the things that you're envisioning and calling forth and talking about? Are you sharing your why? Are you sharing about the breakthroughs that you're working towards, right? So with that, I'm just saying that mindfulness is always a practice. You can do it however fits in your life. These two resources have been very foundational in my life presently. And just bring your attention and awareness back to your breath. And if you remember back to the beginning, I shared my 3 values, right, of love, joy, and peace. Another value is being grateful, right? My husband's word of the year is gratitude. So studies have shown that if you consciously and intentionally work to bring more gratitude into your life, it has really positive impacts. So before I move on, does anyone want to say what you're grateful for today?
I'm just grateful for you and for to be here and for everything, for learning of mindfulness and for evolving in education, just for the opportunity to be a part of all this.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kira.
Thank you so much, Kira. And it was really insightful. It really helped me. Thank you so much, Amber and Kira, for organizing. Amber for organizing and Kira for such a beautiful session. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for joining, Anna. Glad to
Thank
have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Have a good day. Have a good night.
You too.
It's morning here.
Yes.
Have a great day. Have a great morning. And before
Thank you so much.
before you bounce off, if you need to go, I want to acknowledge you. I don't even know you. I don't see you, but I want to acknowledge you for something, okay? Because part of this work, the evolution, when we evolve ourselves, we're doing a process of waking up. So awakening to new opportunities, but waking up, growing up, taking on new responsibilities in our life, cleaning up, not always easy, but it's a good thing to do.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Yep. And then finally showing up. So
Yeah.
waking up, cleaning up, growing up, showing up. And showing up is always like, that's the way that we can come together in community.
Yes.
So
that's what I did. It was too early in the morning, but I really wanted to attend your session. I tried to show up. My
Yes.
video wasn't working. I shifted to mobile. Now I think it's working now. It wasn't working from my laptop, so I shifted here.
you're coming in clear. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And my final takeaway, right? If you just take one thing away, this has been a profound final inspiration for me as I found this Wild Wisdom companion book. But throughout my life, I've been doing different work, right? Women's circles, different ceremonies. My husband and I are adopted in a Lakota family. So really returning to indigenous and like connected ways of being with nature. And so,
Great.
yeah, and I really feel deeply that we're all in this together in Earth, and go back to Mama Gaia, go back to Earth, like really like walk outside with bare feet, right? Spend if you haven't been outside all day. That happened to me the other day because the air quality is so poor here in Minnesota currently. And so just being mindful about taking time outside.
True.
And yeah, just really knowing that we can return to natural cycles as well, and that they're within us. So that is the final thought that I had for tonight. I did put
It's available on Amazon.
it is. Yep. All of these books that I shared tonight are. So I talked about 3: the Wild Wisdom, the Source Code, and Integral.
I'll spread the word in my family and friends group for sure.
Yeah. These are just inspirations for me, but just something that
I'll do it for Mama Earth's good.
And where are you calling in from? Just so that
India.
Beautiful. I have a picture of the Taj Mahal on my altar.
Oh, wow.
That someday I'll be coming to India.
It should be soon.
Yes.
Please do come and be my guest.
Oh, you're so sweet. I have a very dear friend who's from Bangladesh. And so I just someday we'll go. I keep telling her I want to go to her wedding.
No, you please, if whenever you are in India, please do let me and be my guest for at least a couple of days in Delhi.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Look at this. Great.
Very cool. Anna is the co-founder of Caboodle Innovations, and they're a learning accelerator. It's a very cool operation they have going there. They bridge the gap between teaching and learning, and reinvent the learning mindscape. It's a very cool thing they have going. We're looking to work together towards at our effort to improve education. And Kira, I can't thank you enough for tonight's presentation. That was incredible. If it's
Yes.
all right if it's all right with y'all, I would like to just really briefly, well, no, I don't. Maybe I'll just touch on what little I know about mindfulness quickly. I only learned of mindfulness practice about 8 months ago. And at first I thought it was just strictly meditation, but then I learned that it's anything which extends the gap between stimulus and response. So that's fascinating to me, because a lot of people, they might think that it's only meditation or only breath work, but it can be any number of things. And just incorporating that and, metacognition into learning it just blows me away what that can foster, like you were saying, consciousness and connectedness.
Yeah, and we are conscious beings becoming conscious. So we're always in a state of being and becoming, which is a pretty profound dance, right? So you, in any mindful activity, right? So if you're mindfully eating or mindfully walking or talking or on this call, right? If you can just come back to the present moment and really just sense in to your mind, body, environment, and relationships. So again, it's bringing awareness into all dimensions of your life.
Yes, it's fascinating how that works, and just a self-reflection, and I heard that once you realize, I hear a lot of people say when they try to meditate, they get distracted, but I also heard that recognition of the distraction is the mental bicep curl necessary to sort of accomplish that mindfulness. And also, I've heard that gyrification, which is the cortical folding in your brain, cortical thickness is increased through mindfulness practice. So I can't help but think, that bicep curl essentially is what's thickening the cortical folding, and it fascinates me as well, like the interactions between the left and right brain. And I recently learned of videos which help that interaction, which I dare say must be mindfulness. And if you'll excuse me, I'll show you briefly. I have a hard time with the coordination, but it's something like this. It took me a long time to get to do this. Additionally, this one, and there's lots of others, like this type deal. But it's just amazing how, and I hear Tai Chi links the right and left side of the brain, which is also, I dare say, a form of mindfulness. Mm-hmm. And what you spoke of with the mindful eating, my mom, she goes to yoga and she experienced the mindful eating recently. I just find that fascinating. And I went to my second ever yoga class a few weeks ago, it was my first ever yoga class, and we practiced mindfulness in a room full of people, and I'd never practiced mindfulness in a room full of people, and it was so profound I wept, honestly. So I just really look forward to the possibility of involving mindfulness into public schools, to education. I feel that could really do wonders for students.
Well, and not only students, but if we have to seek this change within ourselves first, right? So as an educator, I brought a mindfulness group to our staff, right? To really make an impact with the students, it was actually reaching out to the staff first to do it. We do mindfulness in my class every day too, right? We do practices with the children, but the biggest impact that I saw was when a small group of teachers were able to take on and really devote themselves to a practice that would decrease their reactive responses, right? It would increase their ability for low belly breathing, and just like energetically, if my school has a lot of students that have had high traumatic experiences, right? So having adults that can regulate, right, when a student is having a like a heightened response is extremely important, right? Because then you can de-escalate a situation more readily when you're able to be mindfully present of yourself and then the situation.
Yes, that's a wonderful point. Thank you for bringing that up. Mindfulness won't only benefit students, it will definitely benefit the whole school, can benefit us all. So again, I can't thank you enough for today.
I feel it should be part of the morning assembly in schools. Mindfulness, the schools, the students should be taught. I mean, instead of but the other subjects, which I feel some of the subjects are really not required in schools, but this mindfulness and yoga should be part of every child's regime so that it's ingrained. You don't have to, struggle to fight with your stress, anxiety, and other things in life. Mindfulness, if we are taking up a class or attending lessons so late in life, we should at least have this in schools every day in the morning assembly, along with prayers to the God.
Yeah, and having that collective, right? Having a collective
Yes.
routine, right? Having these routines that promote and teach Thrive
Yeah.
style, right? That like, and I
It
love
should be as essential as morning prayers or brushing twice daily. The children uh, should be taught to matlab, have these sessions and know about mindfulness and yoga and importance of managing. Be aware of your conscious mind. Subconscious mind should be.
yeah. And I
think.
believe that, oh, sorry. Keep
Yeah,
going.
sorry, I'm done. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I am excited to share that is my seed of thought for research that I'll be doing. So I'm in a university right now for Montessori masters and also
Great.
in this mystery school. Yeah. So I'm like combining research in the classroom with brain research, basically. And I feel very dedicated to this because my daughter was born with a rare brain condition that she's missing.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And it also is a beautiful opportunity for our family because she's doing well. She's really thriving.
Great.
Yeah. And it brought up so much more awareness too of these connections, right? She's missing the connecting tissues between her left and right hemisphere. So it could lead to a multitude of issues, none of which she's showing. But I'm fascinated with this, right? And how not only helping her, but helping all children really have a brain first meditation as part of their day. And what is the impact of that? So I don't know. Research is coming. So excited.
Yes. The benefits of mindfulness they just blow me away.
Yeah. But what's mind-blowing too is that we innately know that, and it also takes in our and I'll say in American culture and like Western culture, it's like very much you have to have like academic research, or you have to be you have to prove that, right? And I think that as we evolve as a species, we can also see that a vision for education can evolve with what we innately know is best for our children. So we can incorporate these things, meditation, mindfulness,
Yes.
yoga in ways that that work, right? What is working for children to succeed? So
Yes, and I mean, you talk about research and data and whatnot backing it up. Like MRI scans show the increase in cortical folding, and like our head neuroscientist, Dr. Lee Raz, was talking in our last presentation. She said that they put monks in the MRI machines, and they saw like vast differences and intricity. I'm sorry, I don't know the word.
intricacies.
I guess I shouldn't use big words. I don't know how to say. I apologize.
It came across. I totally get it.
But
get
they could see different regions of the brain that were activated, like different was it states? Is it theta, delta? Because we operate in beta most of the time. I heard that the alpha state, brainwave state, is the one that's best for thinking. It's where you should do all your thinking ideally. But I heard that 9 out of 10 people do their thinking in beta. And beta, that's the body moving around, everything's active. The active state is, was it 20 beats per, I don't know if it's brainwave frequencies, I guess. Well, alpha, I think 10. I don't know if it's beats per minute. I shouldn't be speaking of things I don't actually know, but I know that the alpha state is slowed down. Beta is the fast, and that's what we always operate on. And then like theta is like when we sleep, it's even slower than alpha. And delta, I believe, is are you aware of the delta, theta, alpha, and beta?
Yeah, well, the specifics of the frequency, I also wouldn't quote currently. However, what I do know is from the source code meditation practice is that I have been measured with an EEG at the beginning of Praxis Aletheia, and then we're doing research to see how, not just with brain waves, but also qualitative findings about like how are we moving towards Thrive style of like awakening this inner organic technology. So beyond brain wave states, it'll be noticeable in breath pattern and also like reactivity, right? Things start to emerge, that new ways of being that weren't possible before. So with that, I'm very excited that you asked me to like geek out a little bit on what I love tonight. It was, and I really welcome more conversation too with people who are watching the recording as well. If anybody wants to respond about the frequency states of brain patterns, I think that would be awesome. We're all learning together. So
Yes, this is definitely exciting times. It's the age of the brain.
mm-hmm.
Okay, well, again, I can't thank you enough, Kira, for presenting tonight, and I really look forward to speaking again soon. Would anyone like to add anything further before we close the meeting tonight? If not, we will have our childhood education / curriculum focus group meeting next Wednesday, June 28th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I invite you all to join. We will have a presentation at that meeting as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kira. Again, I can't tell you how grateful I am. I really enjoyed tonight, and I look forward to the future working with you, and I'm going to look into the source code meditation and all that you shared. Is it Wild Wisdom?
Yes, the Wild Wisdom Companion.
I'm definitely going to look into that. Okay, well, thank you both very much for joining.
It was wonderful to meet you too.
Likewise. Have a great evening, y'all. Or have a great evening, Anna, and have a great evening, Kira.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
am going for, incidentally, I'm going for my yoga session.
Oh,
Cool.
great.
So
Wonderful. Enjoy, Anna. Thank you so much
yeah,
for
it's
joining.
such a, yeah, I really enjoy my yoga sessions in the mornings. I'm going there right now. Thank you. And after the insightful session from Kyra, it is really a good prelude to my session today.
Oh, I just wish
And
you the best yoga.
and yeah, I wanted to add, Kyra, if you really want any research session for any school in India, I have friends in schools here, so I can help you conduct that sessions. You, Amber, you can share my number with him, and yes, both of you, wherever you are coming to India, I can drive you to Taj Mahal, and you
Oh,
can stay with
are
me.
you, are you a member on in the evolving and education group
Yes,
then?
I am. Yes,
All
I am.
right. I will friend
Thanks
you.
to Amber, I am.
Great.
Meet you. Wonderful. Well, thanks again, you guys. I can't thank y'all enough. I really appreciate having y'all here and speaking with you, and I look forward to next time.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Thanks. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye, Amber. Bye, Kyra. Thanks.
Bye, Anna. Thanks again for coming.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I have
Okay.
reclicked.
Bye.
Bye, Anna. Thanks again. Have fun at
Bye.
yoga.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.